Namaste everyone. I welcome each one of you to their classroom. In today's class, we are going to talk about the cooperative society. Come, let's get started with the class. Cooperative society. Cooperative society means it's a voluntary association of persons who join together. Okay, voluntarily, why these people have to join together? Let's see. The first thing is this association of cooperative society will work for a common purpose. So they will work for a common purpose. So they will not work for an individual. They will have a common purpose. And the second thing is with the motive of welfare of the members. So their motive would be to do some good things for the members of the society. For the welfare they will be working. And this association objective would be to protect the economic and social interest of the members, which means economically, monetarily they should not be exploited. It should be their purchase and sales through the cooperative society should be very economically it should be suitable for everybody. Okay, and this and social interest of the members, this cooperative society is associated. And the next thing is why the cooperative society is associated voluntarily means minimize exploitation at the hand of middlemen having desire to earn greater profits. So in the name of doing favor for the final consumer, the middlemen should not earn more profits by exploiting the people. So this middleman people will be eliminated because of this cooperative society, and they will try to do good thing for the members. So it will be very much helpful for the people. So middleman work will not be there in the cooperative society. So these are all the reasons for the association of the cooperative society, and for the common purpose they will be joining together. Okay, let's take up an example of cooperative society. Indian Airlines Cargo, CGHS Limited, then Indian Coffee House. These are all the examples for cooperative society. Okay, how this cooperative society will be formed, formation, how the formation would be. For the formation of the cooperative society, minimum 10 members should be there. So minimum 10 members should be there for the formation. And number 2, this cooperative society should be registered under the Cooperative Society Act 1912. Under the Cooperative Society Act 1912, the cooperative society to be registered. This is how it should be formed. And number 3, after the registration, the cooperative society will have legal status, legal identity. It will have a legal identity. So it will function on its own. So legally it will get some identity. Which will be getting identity? The cooperative society. Alright. And the next thing is how the cooperative society will be arranging the financial resources. The financial resources would be arranged by issuing the shares of the cooperative society. Okay, so the people, those who are buying the shares, will be paying money. So through that, the cooperative society will arrange its capital. So this is how it will be formed. So minimum 10 members should be there, and it should be registered under the Cooperative Society Act 1912. And legally, after the registration, it will get the legal identity, and the capital formation, that is the capital resources, will be formed through issuing shares of the cooperative society. So this is how the cooperative society will be formed. Now let's see the features of the cooperative society. Features or characteristics of cooperative society. The first feature that we have is voluntary membership. Voluntary membership means the members of the cooperative society will be joining in the cooperative society voluntarily. Nobody will compel them. Okay. So if the person has crossed 18 years, a person can be 18 years can be a member of the cooperative society, and there is no gender bias also. Any male or female can be the member of the cooperative society. And apart from this, the members are not considered to be like they should be in that particular religion or caste, nothing. So there is no gender bias or there is no religion or any other things. So anybody can become the members of the cooperative society. So that is one of the feature of the cooperative society. Okay, the second feature that we have is legal status. As I mentioned, the cooperative society should be registered under the Cooperative Societies Act 1912. After the registration, it will have the status of legal status. So the cooperative society can function independently. Okay, if the cooperative society wanted to sue a case, that is file a case against any of the firm or any other people, it can sue, or the cooperative society could be sued by any other society also or any other, right? So that is called sue or sued. File a case, or others can also file a case. So it has got a legal status, and apart from that, the cooperative society can acquire assets also. It can purchase and it can sell any assets also on its own name, because it has got legal status. It is registered under the Cooperative Societies Act. Okay. Moving on to the third feature, limited liability. So the members will have limited liability up to the capital contribution what they have done. Suppose I have contributed capital 50,000, means my liability up to 50,000 only. So the members has got limited liability up to their capital contribution. And the next feature that we have is control. So control over the cooperative society will be with the managing directors. How the managing directors will have a control? Because the members of the cooperative society will be voting, and then they will be selecting the board of directors. So one man, one vote. So there is no bias in the in selecting the board of directors. Also, the board of directors will be taking care of the managerial activities with the mutual consent of the members of the cooperative societies. The control also will be good. And the next feature that we have is service motive. And apart from that, the cooperative society is started for doing good things for the members of the cooperative society. So its intention is to do service. Okay. So there will not be any middleman, as I mentioned earlier. So service motive only the cooperative society is started. So after doing all the transactions, small things, if there is any surplus amount, it will be divided among the members of the cooperative society as per the law which is mentioned in the Cooperative Societies Act. And the last feature that we have is source of finance. How the source of finance will be arranged? By issuing the shares of the cooperative society, the capital will be arranged for the cooperative society. So these are all the features of the cooperative society. Having understood about all these things about the cooperative society, we will conclude the session today. I will meet you in the next session with a new lesson. Till then, it's bye from Udaya.